A listing is like hosting a dinner where guests smile politely, take few bites, and never tell you the food was cold. Polite silence is not approval, it is feedback. That is exactly what happens when buyer walks through your home and do not say what they are really thinking. They are not going to tell you the seller's home looked better online, that the updates did match the price range, or that they saw another home in East Brunswick or South Brunswick that felt more move in ready. Most buyers simply leave, compare it to the next home they see, and keep searching. Once they have mentally ruled out the property, they often become polite, quiet, and non-commitmental. And this is where many sellers misread the market. They hear the showing went well or the buyers like the house and they think interest is building. But serious buyers' interest does not stay vague for long. It turns into questions, a second showing, request for disclosures, a mortgage conversation, and an offer. When buyers are truly interested, they usually look for reasons to keep moving forward. In central New Jersey, buyers are not looking at your home by itself. A buyer is considering East Brunswick, may also consider looking in South Brunswick, North Brunswick, Monroe, Plainsboro, West Windsor areas. They are comparing commute, taxes, conditions, layouts, updates, schools, lifestyle, and overall value. They're asking one question that's in their mind. Does this home make sense compared with what else I can buy right now? That is why behavior is more important than buyer compliments. Compliments do not create contracts, buyer action does. If buyers are coming through, but no one is taking the next step, that is usually a sign of a disconnect. It may be pricing, presentation, condition, or the way the home was marketed online versus how it feels in person. But when the buyer expectations do not match the actual experience, they usually do not explain it to the seller and simply move on. For sellers in East Brunswick, North Brunswick, South Brunswick, Monroe, and nearby areas, the goal is not to impress every buyer. The goal is to make the right buyer feel confident enough to take the next step. Confidence comes from alignment, pricing, presentation, condition, and marketing all needs to support the same story. If buyer questions the value or feel disconnect during the showing, hesitation sets in and the listing can lose momentum quickly. That is why I do not treat a listing as just a paperwork and photos. I treat it as a financial strategy. The right pricing, preparation, marketing, and negotiation can directly impact sellers' outcome. For example, one home in East Brunswick I represented was listed it at 890K and sold for 935K, 5.1% over asking after one open house and closed within 30 days. That kind of result doesn't happen by accident. It happens when the home is positioned correctly, the buyer response is read carefully, and the strategy is handled with focus from the beginning. If you are thinking about selling, do not wait for buyers to say the uncomfortable truth out loud. They usually will not say it. Buyer behavior is the clearest feedback your listing will ever receive. I am Roopa Nampally, also known as Roopa Realtor, broker associate with Remax Select. My contact information is provided below.